Hello and peace and love to everyone. If you've wondered where I've been, if you reached me by deliberate, reached me, or accidentally, you found me at Larry Potsabinski, your top source on schizophrenia and living with it. But the reason I haven't posted anything for a while is because I've been rather sick with a cardiac episode from possibly from antipsychotic drug use to treat my schizophrenia, which so how this happened was I see my primary in a few weeks, so it was just a week or so ago, maybe 2 months I saw her ago, and she told me then that time that I was there that 2 months ago, and the time 3 months before that, she detected I had rapid heartbeat, tachycardia, racing heartbeat, tachycardia. So, and high blood pressure. Higher blood pressure than normal, which I'm on medication for both of those things. Have been for years. It's been the same for years, the medication. So she prescribed something else and started me on it, and it was helping control it, but the numbers were still erratic. And then she sent me to a cardiologist, and that practitioner stopped the drug she started me on and increased the first drug I was on for that 1999 when I was in the cardiac care unit from chest pains. And that's the only time I ever had chest pain, was that time, one time. But they put me on something for it, and I was fine all these years. But now my heart was racing up to like, I called the cardiologist back and told him that, hey, I got numbers going up to 170 over 45, 145 for blood pressure, which is very high, almost twice as high as normal. So, and my pulse was like 120 or 30 or 40 or whatever. So they wanted me to get in the emergency room for an emergency EKG on my heart and let them treat me. What they find out it's an abnormal rhythm. She did a thyroid test the day before, and to make sure what rule out it wasn't for my thyroid. Which once she did that, she ordered me into the emergency room. So I was there for 2.5 or 3 hours the other day, and they started me on the same drug that the cardiologist took me off of. The primary started me on, but just twice as much of it. And then like 2 hours later, or whatever, my blood pressure was down to 116 over 72, something like that. It's much more normal reading, and it had like a psychiatric, psychological effect on me, where I'm not like worried about everything as much as I was. You tended to be in my head. Just because my body's a lot calmer now and not moving so fast like I'm on a major drug or something, upper or something, and I don't do drugs like that. I hang out with people who do. So, 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 I've been feeling better, but at the same time I was having that, I was having major tremors with my lower arms and hands again, and so after they seem to ease up a bit, but there's still tremors there. That I'm in treatment for tardive dyskinesia, a tardive movement disorder, showing up later movement disorder from antipsychotic drug use. I talk too fast. When I was studying the drug they invented for this tardive dyskinesia, where you can't feel your hands to get up against one another because the nerves are burned away from your surface of your skin and your extremities, your hands, face, and feet. So that's why my expression was always the way it was, and on my face and is damaged, and it's just been such a journey I've been on for 50 years this year with this diagnosis, schizophrenia, living with it. And I fit different profiles for my back being messed up. The tardive movement disorders I was saying, I'm studying tardive dyskinesia and I've discovered there are a few tardive movement disorders from antipsychotic drugs you can get. One was tardive dystonia, which causes scoliosis, curvature of the spine, which is my main malady today. Just struggling, steamrolling through the day with the pain and the scoliosis effect on my body. But after this cardiac episode, though, I thought I'm still having some tremors, movements that I'm titrated on the highest dose you can go for the tardive dyskinesia drug. So this could be another tardive disorder I read about called tardive Parkinsonism, Parkinsonism or something like that. So the psych provider I emailed this morning. It's still today, but so she wrote back that she wanted to send me to a neurologist to differentiate whether it was the actual Parkinson's disease or the tardive Parkinsonian from the antipsychotic drug use. So I checked with my primary's office and they said, yeah, let her do that too. If it is tardive, then she needs to handle it. So I emailed the primary, the psych primary, and told her that they go ahead and put that referral in there. And I checked with a friend and got a referral for a good neurologist, if that's what they're looking for, or movement disorder first neurologist or something, but a specialist to narrow this down what this straight tremoring is still from, being I'm on the tardive dyskinesia is involuntary movements. Data showing up after taking antipsychotic drugs and burning the skin away from the surface of your nerves away from the surface of your skin, which was a horrible thing, subtle thing to have back. You don't realize it. Nobody else can see it, but I can feel it. So that's where it's at now. So that's a shorter version too, and this should be better than the first version I made. I hope so. So peace and love to you all out there. I mean, and I have some new news coming in a short my next video, or the one after. I don't know. It'll come first, but I have plans for another one. But when it'll happen, I don't know. I have to do some research with some friend on that. But it'll be a good one though. So, and talk to you then later. And peace to everybody out there.